Is there not one?
No, it is.
Yeah.
What's number 2?
Hey.
Hey.
Figuring it out.
Yo.
Miss you, Garrett. Get well soon. So you brought some Wellers into the studio.
Green Label.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so much.
We got to hide behind the 4 roses real quick.
Yeah, it was picking up all the focus. It was picking up focus from the cameras. So we had to kind of organize it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Are we all live now? Jeez.
We are live. Oh, that was real hot.
Yeah, we are live. Welcome back to the studio, man.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah.
Always good.
What's been up?
Hey, same old. Nothing really new. Just actually getting back from a weekend at Oxford.
Howdy.
What is that like?
I love it. I love hanging out with my kids and feeling like you're 22 again. Sometimes it's good and bad.
Did you go to Ajax?
I didn't go to Ajax.
No.
I went to the library, obviously the Grove, Rafters, a bunch of bars. Really good time.
We won.
We did win.
We dominated.
We did.
Are you going again? Is it next week? We got a home game, or
I'm actually not. I'm going to, but I'll be going to pretty much most of them. I think this weekend's
because you're the starting long snapper, right?
I should be. I should be the kicker. They found the kicker at the fraternity party.
Really? So, is that true?
I think so.
You went to Penn State though and played tennis, correct?
I did. And I'm going to the Penn.
How's Ole Miss tennis game going? Because I know you're probably a big fan of tennis still to this day.
I'm not. You know what? I always played, but I was never like a big fan. Like I don't watch. I don't like the U.S. Open's going on right now, and I don't watch it. I heard it's been like exciting with like Serena. Williams.
Yeah.
I heard
Tiger turned his hat backwards and they won.
Yeah, I saw like Saquon Barkley, like he was going crazy. I don't know if you saw that video, but he was like watching the match and he was like everything she was hitting, he was going crazy, and it was like all over like YouTube and social media. So it was kind of cool.
But you missed it.
Yeah, I saw the highlights. I'm a big highlight guy. Like a different person.
I think the long hair is where you need to be, dude.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah.
Have I been missing out? So my parents wouldn't let me grow my hair out whenever I was.
Why wouldn't they let you grow your hair out?
They just wanted me orderly, man. I had to be the perfect little kid. Man.
You need the little mullet style at the end. Once you grow it long enough, you got to go.
So I did have the mullet way back when. They called it curls, but I was definitely a mullet.
Mullet.
I had a rat tail. To be honest with you, straight up rat
you're
tail.
A perfect rat tail guy.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of working on it.
Borderline there again.
You could do that, and you can even do a rat tail beard.
Let me call these guys out real quick. Mike Butler, Cam, and Kane Roberts. We were at Mugshot one night, and they all said, "Let's all grow mullets." And I said, "You know what? Let's do it." And Cam and Kane both cut their hair. Me and Butler just went with it. So shout out to Butler.
Yeah. Shout out to Butler.
I'm not involved in
it's growing to my it's gonna grow to my butt. It's my goal.
What's the update on Butler's I haven't heard much recently.
I know it was like in the low 30s on the units, going back and forth with the neighbors.
I mean, this is a podcast where we ask you the questions.
Sure.
No, but you can ask questions too. And I think, there's
so many rules here.
There's people probably gonna be looking at the property. Hopefully it's going to go through, and hopefully they stay strong with it. And I think, you've hung out with Butler. It's exhausting.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think I'd be exhausted also.
It's all politics.
That's all everything ever is, right? To an extent, you got to have someone playing the politics for you the whole time. Exactly. That's what I've learned.
It's crazy that one person can make your life such hell. And this guy, obviously, this neighbor's done it.
What's 6 acres on the beach? It's 6 acres. Like, before, it was an apartment that was pretty much, it was not a nice apartment. They were not nice. And they went away during Katrina, came back, and they're just build apartments again. Just
what's the longest amount of time that you've like hung in there on the deal to where you were like,
I don't know.
And did it work?
he's definitely a lot longer than I would have done.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, have you ever been surprised? Or
He's going through it right now, right?
Yeah, I look at it like once I see I have a bad deal, I try to get it as quick as possible.
Right.
A deal like that is kind of it's rough, you know. But hey, listen, it's something that he wants to do, his partners want to do, and it's great for the community. Like I was coming back from Horn this past yesterday, and I was like, man, look how that house looks great.
Just standing all alone.
Can you
right
imagine that house having to be torn down? I mean, what a disaster.
I mean,
there's 2 houses there. I mean, just a disaster.
Yeah, I ain't got it like that. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I need my investments to pay out. So
you've had been through some kind of situation where you're like
horrible. I had one of the worst situations in South Florida. I was involved with.
Now, where is South Florida? What is that place?
What is it's a state of the very
good question.
It's a very state at the very bottom of the United States,
okay.
The southern part,
where anything goes. Apparently,
there's no doubt. Anything goes.
Taser reports,
anything you
alligator eatings,
anything you want goes there. But no, I was with 5 guys. We all partnered into buying this old, like nothing lot on Las Olas, and we bought it. And we were all really excited. We got plans done. We were building it. And this is, we were going up in construction. Everything was going great. And the market crashed. I mean, I'm talking about like it crashed. And instead of making a lot of money, we had offers and we rejected it. We were 3 or 4 years deep. And by the time we were done, we were all paying the bank, $250,000, $300,000 each just to get rid of the loan.
Ouch.
And now if we would looking at hindsight's 2020, look back and we would have made a lot of money.
Really?
But said, listen, you can't win them all.
You live and learn.
Oh yeah, I learned hard.
You think having that kind of money that you had to pay out did keep you up at night sometimes?
That was, and it was bad. It was so bad that at the time I really didn't have the money, so I had the bank actually did a loan for me to pay it back over time. They gave me like a 5-year note on it. It was a disaster.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
But the adversity to recoup and to go back at it instead of just taking it.
How old were you during this time?
I was young, so all my buddies, they were attorneys. I mean, this land was cheap back in the days, for that area. I mean, it was in the corner of Las Olas and Andrews, which is like one of the hottest spots now. And on that same lot is a 10-story building, rooftop bar. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, they probably spent, $20-30 million building this building. But back in the time, we were probably going to be in it for $2.5-3 million. I mean, you're looking at 10-12 times your return in a very quick time. But
what's the number one thing you think you learned from that?
I learned don't rely on all your partners, because me and a few guys were paying our monthly bills and other guys weren't. And we just couldn't afford the monthly drain. Every single month just getting killed because no one else was paying. So we just had to call the bank and work a deal out. And 3 of us worked the deal out and 2 of them didn't. And they just had a judgment and a lawsuit against the bank. But you listen, you live and learn. No, you'll never go into anyone that tells you they win on every deal is a liar.
Yeah.
But it's like going to the casinos. Oh yeah, I win every time. You'll never win.
Right.
Long term.
You just want to have more wins than else.
Yeah. If you have more wins and losses in business, you should do well, but you're never going to have all wins. And your losses, you got to make them minimal, and your wins, you just got to, try to make it as profitable as possible.
So when you move to Biloxi, the properties are way different from Florida.
Night and day.
You can buy some really good real estate here.
Oh yeah. People don't realize, like, everyone's like freaking out about how expensive everything's getting. We're still so inexpensive. And it's incredible how inexpensive we are in like commercial properties. Commercial's just incredibly cheap.
You own Pass Road almost.
Well, yeah, I mean, but think about it. You can buy a property right now on Pass Road or anywhere else for half the cost it costs to build. I mean, just like slabs and all that stuff's expensive to build now. You can buy properties for, half the price of what it costs to actually build the property.
What is average right now? Like $100 a square foot, more than that? I don't know.
Sometimes even less. I bought those ones on Pass Road for less than that, but $100 a foot, you can't buy dirt, slab, building. It's impossible to do. We're one of the few states that commercial real estate is actually cheaper than residential, which is really weird. But, it just depends on the market. But the market here is extremely, I think, cheap, still cheap and lucrative. We have so many people coming from other states now. I think, I think as long as the supply stays kind of low, I think the market here I don't think it will crash at all. If anything, I think it might stabilize, but I think it's long-term, we're going to go up.
So I'm 35. I'll be 36 on the 17th. So I'm actually 36.
Holding
But-
on in a few days.
Couple days. My thing is it a roller coaster that because you're a little older than us, but is it a roller coaster where it goes down, goes up? I mean,
Yeah.
how's that ride?
See,
Real estate.
I think in certain areas like Florida and other ones, you had the roller coaster. I don't think here you've had major roller coasters. You might have had that Katrina and during the crash, but I don't think it's more stable and steady here. You might have bigger, smaller ups and downs than you elsewhere. But I think here is probably one of the best. If you look at long-term investments, I don't think you can get a better place to do investments. And I'm really big. I'm a true believer, and I think the short-term rental market here on the coast is probably one of the most untapped markets in the country.
Well, it's coming. Let's talk about it. You got the Bella, right?
I have the Bella coming.
They're starting construction down there.
Yeah, we started pretty hard. I mean, it took a while to get the city to get complete approvals and the fire department, but now we're starting to move, really tearing a lot of stuff down. All the balconies get torn down. Inside's completely gutted. We're hoping in the next 2 weeks to be completely framed inside.
Let's go back for the listeners before, if you haven't tuned in. Ivan's been on our show 6 or 7 times. I mean, yeah. Ivan is he's almost like family to the show. He's
that guy.
That guy. But if you want to go back and dive into the when they're talking about the plans, but let's kind of give a refresh of how many units are going there. What can people expect? Will there be a cafe there?
Yeah. So I think right now, I think it's planned for 14. It originally was going to be more, but we made a couple 2 bedrooms and make it a little bit bigger. So it's going to be 14 bedrooms, I believe, if that's the number, 13 or 14. And then we have a cafe. It's going to be like a bistro bar, kind of like, you'll have like wine, cheese, and then you'll have breakfast, croissants, sandwiches. But it's guys from New Orleans we got going in. It's going to be called the Rex at the Bella. And we think it's going to be really, really neat. It's going to be a super.
Why the Rex?
Cool.
Is there any particular?
So I believe his son, and I guess the Rex is a big thing in New Orleans where he came from. Something with like that, and he's a well-known chef in New Orleans, and I think him and his wife and his partner are going to do a really, really good job.
I didn't know if it was going to be like the T-Rex.
No.
Right.
If the Bella put, in somewhere in Alabama, like right outside of Mobile, they do have all the statues. Like there's some wealthy developer that put dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be completely opposite of that.
Should we have dinosaurs there?
We're not going to have dinosaurs. It's going to be very
What if we get a statue?
Chicken nuggets.
Yes, it won't be any of that, but it will be super cool and super chic. My wife's really into it. She's going to do it. And obviously I named it after my daughter.
Will there be a spinner suite?
There won't be a spinner suite, but there will be a really cool area where you can do like Instagram, Snapchat photos, like in the vault.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a wine cellar vault with like a kind of like I slept at the Bella, kind of like cool with like neons or whatever it is. It's going to be cool. It's going to be different, very different, but very, very cool.
What does Bella think about this?
She's excited.
Okay.
She actually thinks she's the favorite child now because we named.
Could that be?
Well, she's a girl.
Do you think you'll ever have the Logan? They already have the Logan Steakhouse.
So yeah, we are. I mean, that's my goal. Is I'd like to do like.
Yeah. What did Logan think when he bought the steakhouse?
How does Logan feel right now?
He feels good, especially since most of them are going out of business. So he feels good. So yeah, I mean, look, my goal is to eventually do like a Logan Lofts. So like I've kind of already designed it. Like, hey, I want to do like a place maybe in downtown. If I could ever get downtown Biloxi, like do like a place and make a cool lofts like you in a city. So
yeah.
I kind of named it Logan Lofts. And like Austin, I was going to do something across from City Hall, which didn't work out, but it was going to be called Austin Square.
Oh,
so my goal is to do like a project for naming after each of them.
That's pretty dope.
But right now, your favorite's Bella.
Well, I mean,
you just submitted on the show.
She's my girl.
Yeah.
She's my baby girl.
Yeah.
And she's
shout out Bella.
Yeah.
Shout out Bella. He likes you way more.
I do love Bella, but I'll tell you one thing: 13 years old and a girl, it's rough. Boys are much, much easier.
No, oh man, yeah, I can't imagine.
It's definitely a different. It's definitely different for me and my wife.
So while we're going through this, guys, we have this title. It's called "Ask Ivan Anything." So in the comments, if you have a question of who Ivan is,
what kind of underwear he wears,
any of that. What's his favorite shoe? What does he eat?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure Boothby would love to chime in here. I see he's already.
He says Boothby's Bungalows.
Yeah.
He wants his own. He wants his own Airbnb.
I would do it for his wife. I don't know about him, but I would definitely probably do it for Adrian.
Okay.
She's definitely the sweeter of the Boothby.
What do you really think about Boothby's Rat Rod Jeep?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
This is an honest question.
If it was like $3,000 or $4,000, I really like it.
Yeah.
But what he thinks it's worth, I don't know. I probably would. No.
This is questions you got to ask on the show.
It's actually a cool little thing. He loves it. You know, he likes that whole army theme and stuff. I do like his Continental a little bit better, but
So speaking of army themes, what is this thing that you came rolling up here and
You came in something crazy.
yeah, it's called a Rizvani tank. It's on in that new show. What's it called? We were talking earlier.
Terminal list.
The Terminal List. You know, it's one of the cool things about having a car dealership, especially like an exotic one. It's kind of a cool thing. You can just jump in a car, drive.
I can try to show it on this thing.
Yeah. Hey, Facebook user.
Rizvani.
Thoughts on crypto? Who are you? Because all it's saying is Facebook user to us. Guido says, "What up, fellas? Shout out to Juke Joint, Butler for governor."
As always, we want him to be governor.
Look at Kiowa. What's up, Kiowa? Charles, what's up, dude? They're all in the comment together. This is Cloud. Okay, it's Cloud. Pop one.
So crypto, I will tell you this. So about 6-7 months ago, I started buying a little bit. I got out of all my crypto except Bitcoin and Ethereum. I believe that Ethereum, I believe both of them.
Are you a heavy investor in crypto? Then?
No, I'm definitely not heavy, but I definitely have a good amount. But less than a few percent of what I have invested. But I do believe Bitcoin is a long term. If it ever does take on, you just think about it with a finite number of them, and if every person or every hedge fund or everyone wants it, I mean, it could explode. I mean, right now at 18 or 19,000. I mean, it could. Some people say it could be $1 million. I have no
Did you
idea.
buy it at 70?
No, I didn't. So I bought my first years ago. I wanted to get all my kids one, so I paid probably $2,500. I bought one for each of them. And then I've continued to buy. Now I've bought in some, I'm not going to lie, I bought in some at 40,000, but I bought in some at, 3, 4, 5,000. So I'm definitely still above than where it's at. But,
do you have a notepad with your Bitcoin scores?
No. So you know what? I only buy on Coinbase. It's funny. I buy on Coinbase and Robinhood. And the reason why I do it, just so I know my money's there.
So is Coinbase getting in trouble? Because you keep hearing that it's trending.
I mean, I don't know. That's where I buy it on. I feel like it's FDI. It's a publicly traded company, so I feel safer than me putting my stuff in a wallet and I lose the code in my safe. So
have you ever thought about starting your own cryptocurrency?
Spinner would be a really good crypto. And
it sounds like it would be a good lucrative coin. The Spinner.
I think all those little coins are like, just like little scams.
Yeah, you're just brainwashing people into thinking that your product is worth something.
Yeah, so I just don't have the time to do it. But maybe in the future,
but you're investing into somebody else's scam, as you would say.
Yeah, I did. And I invested in all those Lunas, all these little ones, but I got rid of all of them. I realized like 6 months ago, I think I got out of all of them.
How many currencies can you really have?
Yeah, I had a bunch of these nonsense ones. All of them. And then I just got rid of all of them. I was listening to our buddy Pete.
Yeah. Peter Jones.
Pete Jones.
Peter Wayne. Shout out Peter.
Loxcom. We'll plug you. It's Loxy?
Loxicom.
And I will say they do all my projects and I couldn't be happier. He's doing all my projects on Pass Road, all my projects.
They do great work. They really do.
And their customer service is great. I mean, literally they come out. Their whole team's been incredible.
Pete's been on the show. You guys go check it out.
But Pete was a crypto guru.
Yeah.
He started hanging out. He started having crypto events at his place. So he's like, started having these like mentor.
He's even doing
summits
right now. He's doing a podcast. He's doing, where he's doing crypto. I can't remember the name of it. I feel bad now.
Peter, you in here? Text him right now.
Yeah, where are you at?
Where's your phone at?
Drop it.
It's probably not doing that well right now.
Can you text him? Somebody text Pete.
But no,
guys, find Pete Jones.
He did. His company's the best. I'd highly recommend if you're doing that. I mean,
audio video.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's a day like in your pad? You wake up and then how does Pete's technology help you out?
Well, in my house, I have this Control 4, which pretty much like opens your curtains and that kind of music, and you turn on music, and it's just good in that end. But he does everything. He does from all my Airbnb.
What's your song in the morning?
I don't have a specific song. You know what? I'm not a huge, even when I drive my car, like I don't really listen to music. I'm usually always on my phone. So like when I'm sometimes once in a blue moon, and I'm starting to get into country quite a bit.
Country.
I like it.
Is that the Mississippi? It's doing it to
I
you?
guess so. I guess so. You know, my kids, you know, they'll listen to like NBA Youngboy and like rap and that kind of stuff.
Thank God.
Shout out Kodak Black.
Yeah.
Tell us what's your favorite country song.
I don't know if I have a true favorite country song. But I like Jason Aldean. I like that kind of music.
Jourdan, what's your favorite country song?
It's got to be, I know, Last Dance, Garth Brooks.
And I thought it was Johnny's Daddy.
No,
Taking him fishing. I think
Last Dance. He didn't even write it, but it's a good song.
Yeah. Who wrote it? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
Garrett here.
Garrett, where you at? You can pull it up if you want.
No,
John Carter, are you in here? Okay, we got some. Let's go on. Plow goes, what up, Randy? What up, Randy Richardson? Shout out.
What up, Paul?
Lunar to the Moon. Brandon says, hey, what up, Brandon? Sorry, I've not been on the metaverse in a while.
P Control 4 does it all. That's right, Jeff. It really does. You know? It's scary, the automation. At some point, it's going to be like the Jetsons in the morning. Whenever you just wake up and you walk through the conveyor belt, it does everything for you.
We've been thinking that, but you know what? It hasn't. I would have thought we've been much more advanced by now.
Did you watch the Jetsons?
Oh yeah, I thought we'd be fly. I loved Astro Elf.
He really is a Jetson.
I mean, come on. You know, I was like Elroy when I was a kid. I was like, man, I want to see these cars,
pocket cars.
But I thought for sure by the time I was, first of all, I thought I'm turning 50, so I thought by the time I'm 50, you know, most people aren't living then. When I was a kid, like that's old. Now you feel like it's somewhat young, but I thought by now for sure we'd be having flying cars.
Would you get your, like, let's say when you were young, let's go to like 10.
10.
Sure. What was your dreams at that age? Like, where was your dreams? Like, I mean, did you?
Yeah, we have the
10?
the poster on the wall. Story.
I honestly, when my dreams, when I was 10 years old, so, you know, I was a tennis player. I thought I was going to be like a professional tennis player.
Andre Agassi.
Yeah, so,
he was a rowdy dude. He was the one that I watched.
John McEnroe,
the Shia LaBeouf movie.
John McEnroe or Jimmy Connors.
That's John McEnroe, I think.
Yeah,
that one they used to cuss and throw the tennis rackets down, and
like
he actually had
ball hit the line.
Yeah, that was you.
That was pretty much me. I was always one of those kids that didn't have the best temper.
Have you ever been ejected from a tennis match?
I think I've been ejected from everything. I got ejected from my kids' basketball, 6th grade at Fatima. They kicked me out of the thing. So yeah, I have.
Well, let's take it back to that story. Can we talk about it for a minute?
Yeah. So we were playing. What's that church in Ocean Springs?
St.
Alphonsus. We're playing St. Alphonsus, and they always cheat. They have it's incredible how much they cheat. I'm being dead serious.
That's fine.
They have like the principals, like I think it's like the grandfather, the son, and the dad are all the refs. And my sons are playing, and we're in my daughter's playing. I'm sorry, it was the girls' team. My daughter's team's playing, and the ref calls someone out of bounds, and then the other ref, the grandfather, who's the granddaughter's on the team, says no, she was out of bounds, whatever it was. And I'm like, dude, how can you overrule the other guy? And we kind of went off on each other, and he said, "You're gone."
So you had to leave the premise.
No, I said the only way you're getting me out of here is like if you're literally going to lift me up and grab. So he made me get in the stands. So in the stands, I just like kind of, you know,
I'm bad dad.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was no, but typically I'm a good sport, but you know, when I feel like I'm getting
did you have to
robbed,
have you ever hit anybody with a tennis racket?
No, I've never hit anyone with a tennis.
Not once.
But I've definitely broken a lot of them on the ground. But I don't think I've ever hit anyone.
How many swings?
One. I'm a one. I could break a racket with one swing pretty.
Really?
You see these guns?
Are we talking like carbon fiber style or?
Oh, well, back in the day, they were like wood.
What's your favorite tennis brand? Like Wilson?
Yeah. So I used to be a Wilson guy. Now I'm starting to play again. I use head. I don't know. Maybe I like that word head. So I just started going to that way.
I remember when my mom, kind of around Rocky, I know that inspired my mom. I had this baby blue 300ZX. 86, 88. You remember that, the blue one?
Yeah.
And
baby blue?
Baby blue.
I didn't know they made baby blue back then.
It was a baby blue
powder
300ZX turbo, and I remember her doing tennis. It was her thing, and she loved tennis, and she would go to like before D'Iberville, right there. Where's that park?
Rudy Moran.
Is that it? Right by the police station?
Yeah, it's a new police station.
So my mom used to go play tennis there. Yeah, shut up, mom. Love you.
Yeah,
But I remember her like that was her thing, getting her little 300 ZX and then going to play tennis.
I used to love that 300ZX. That was like one of my favorite cars.
So where does tennis come from, and why is the word love used as
I don't know.
frequently as it is?
No clue. Well, there's love. So
Yeah, which is
instead of a 0,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's up with
That's
that?
probably a good
A Garrett
Siri.
question.
Ask Siri. Ask
You can
Google.
search right now. What do you what is
ask
love?
Doug Sellers. He probably knows. He's
Doug,
a big love
okay,
guy.
What is love?
So we got here.
What does love got to do with it?
Kyle says the dance. Yes, great song. Brennan says, "What's up, guys? The dance is definitely a club banger." Justin, #Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie. I don't know.
Doug Seller says country music sucks. Too depressing. Ivan, give Logan his shoes back and quit trying to be cool. Just breaking balls. Love you guys. Keep killing it.
Doug's the only guy I've ever met in my life. You've never seen him at the gym and not his shirt, shorts, and shoes don't match.
Really?
I mean, it's like, Doug, how many different I mean, if he's wearing a green shirt, everything's green. If it's wearing orange, everything's orange.
It means he's OCD.
And especially for a guy that's big.
How does that? You got to wake up an extra 10 minutes to get that happening.
That guy that big and scary looking, and he's like does that. You're like, wow. I mean, Doug's impressed with the way he dresses.
I respect it.
I do.
Yeah.
Justin said the Jetsons robot. Oh, Rosie. Oh shit. So guys, come on. Y'all have any hard questions for Ivan?
Yeah.
Do we need to make the questions up ourselves?
Like, Ivan, okay, what kind of toothpaste do you use?
Use Crest.
Okay.
And I use the whitening one now. My wife told me she thinks it works a little bit better. So this is a very, very solid question.
Have you ever done teeth whitening?
Yes, I've done it. I go to Dr. What's his name? Williams, my dentist. And he has like the stuff you put in those trays.
Okay.
The only problem is you put it too long.
It burns. It hurts.
Your gums start burning.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. I mean, it kind of keeps your teeth. I try to do it every once in a while. Kind of, I want to be, I drink coffee in the morning. I don't want my teeth all brown.
How big is a cup of coffee you drink?
I do a 16 ounce. Look at you guys. You guys are like becoming pros. Like a 16-ounce cup of coffee. And I like those nutrition drinks every once in a while. They get me a little riled up.
Riled up.
Yeah.
Salivate. You get salivated.
That's a Steve Colson brand.
Shout out to Steve Colson.
Yeah.
Get us more cases, Steve.
Yeah, we need some for the studio.
They came over one night, Justin, and he brought a couple cases here, and I think we each had 3.
Steve Colson was a huge asset to me when I got a few headaches. He kind of gave me some really.
Oh, and you can talk about it because he told me about it.
Yeah, Steve. Obviously had some issues and whatever it is, like I did in my past, and he actually went to Montgomery where I went.
So, guys, you're not listening. Ivan and Steve both went through mistakes in life, which people do make.
Yeah. So, Steve, we both went to a federal prison in Montgomery, Alabama, and Steve went there and was there before I was there, and kind of gave me some great life lessons. Kind of teach me like, hey, talk to this person, do this person, and he helped me out a lot. I mean,
was there any people that were still in there, like Shawshank Redemption style?
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of people that were there that when he was there, which was great. And then so I got to kind of, as soon as I got there, actually, I actually bunked up with his ex-bunkie, so it was kind of cool. And then he kind of made some calls for me, helped me out, and he was a really good help. Like you always want to kind of help people that are in a bad situation. He was there for me, so I always appreciate that from Steve.
For sure, you guys go drink Celevates.
Yeah, that's a good. That is definitely a good ad. Celevate is one of the best drinks. You can get it. Rouse's, Polk's Drugs. I think if you really want to get the watermelon, you hit Polk's Drugs up. They're a local gas station. I don't know the owners or anything, but like it's just if you like craft beer,
they're all the way up in like North Mississippi too now. So
yeah. So Colson, he's been a big support for us, and I just love the dude. Like he actually last year spent with me and Dean hung out on my birthday. We sat around and just drank together. And
I think they're actually might have even gone into like Alabama and trying to get in the Panhandle of Florida. I know, Dean's son,
Justin Hewlett.
Justin is a big, works for him and does a lot. He's a great kid also.
Yeah.
Dean did well.
Yeah, for sure. He ain't no kid no more, man. Justin's a man now.
Yeah, he's a man.
So we got any questions?
Yeah, we got Justin Stram saying he's been in an argument with Captain Evan Tibble for the past hour about income taxes. Let's all elaborate. You got any questions about income taxes, Justin? Feel free. We'll kind of give you a run.
You better pay for them. I'll tell you that much, man. When I met a lot of people that didn't pay. So the one argument people say is income taxes are you don't need to do them. What's the word? I forgot. They say income taxes are voluntary. they're not voluntary. If you don't pay them, they're gonna get you. So, you know,
what is the alternative?
Well, listen, I hope our state eliminates state income tax.
Do you think it's going to happen?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing: the states that are successful right now are all the states that have eliminated state income.
So we know where you stand on it.
Yeah. So you got Florida, you got Tennessee, you got Texas, probably the 3 hottest states, growing states in the country. And all of them have in common no state income tax, because there's so many other ways you can make taxes up, and bring businesses would love to come here if you had no state income tax. So if you like look in Chicago, that huge hedge fund just moved their entire headquarters down to Florida. And one of the prominent reasons is they said, you know, income tax, number one, taxes in general, and number 2, crime. But I think the coast, I think there's really no reason for us to have state income tax when you could have a tourism tax, you could have a hurricane tax, you could increase sales tax by a little bit. But you start doing that, you're going to just bring a lot more business and a lot more jobs. So yeah, I'm a big fan of no state income tax.
So what do we got to do to push it?
I have no idea.
No, you got to lobby.
You call the politicians and they'll tell you, yeah. And then
they'll tell you what you want to hear.
And then you'll know. And
they won't remember your name.
And then you know in 7 years, like, hey, if it happened or not. I mean, I don't know.
Let's go into. We got Carlson is awesome. Shout out Kyle. I got a real question for Ivan. When is enough? When is enough enough? When do you retire?
Shit.
You've accomplished everything anyone could wish for. When do you just say I'm done? It's time to chill, dude.
Damn, Doug, man, you give me some props. I appreciate that.
That's a big comment. Let's see.
Yeah, that's like, wow, Doug. Is this Doug Sellers?
Yep.
This must be like his son Trey, like putting a question in. But no, no, I don't think I'll ever be done. I couldn't wake up in the morning. I'm like, hey, let's go play golf or like hang out with my wife by the pool all day long. Like I need to like do stuff. I love action. I love and that's kind of like I think a really great attribute, but also like a downfall. Because I like doing deals. I like action. And, you know, sometimes it might put a little stress on it. But
would you consider it FOMO? Do you have FOMO, Ivan?
I don't really have FOMO. I just like to like I love to see like something that's a real piece of crap. And all of a sudden it's like nice, you know? So I like to like see just projects. I like
he's played The Sims at least twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're big on Command and Conquer. And
I guess so.
Yeah. You take over and you just like you see the like you're building cities.
I just like I like to do something. I get bored. Like when I wake up in the morning, like I'm just like I started working out back again with Logan Fallow. Give him a shout out. He comes to our house at 5 a.m. and I work out with 2 of my buddies.
Can't really tell.
Yeah, no, I can't.
You got some big muscles. Ooh.
Hey Doug, I'm trying to get back.
Get close in.
Get back in. But you know, I work out at Ironworks as well.
No big deal.
No big deal. What made you get that tattoo? Let's go. No, skip that. Show the tattoo. Where'd you get that?
This is the craziest tattoo. So
is that Pamela Anderson?
No. So this is my daughter, Bella Grace. So what happened was when she was born, she was still in the hospital, and I told my wife, I never had a tattoo on my arm with my daughter. So I told my wife, hey, I'm gonna leave for a couple hours. I'm gonna get my oil change, whatever it was, and I came back with a tattoo. And she was like, you're an idiot. But, you know, I have a tattoo of all my kids everywhere on my different parts of my body. I can't elaborate too much. No, but no,
you don't have any on the.
No, I don't.
What do you think about getting a Jourdan and Matthew tattoo on your ass?
Oh, that's not going to happen. But no. it would be cool. Some idiot would do it.
Try.
Jordan would do it.
Some idiot would do it.
I would do it.
Yeah,
it. Like, let me not start doing tattoos. Once I got the one that meant something to me when I lost my buddy. Shout out to Jughead. When I got his face tattooed on my chest, and then it moved into this sleeve.
Yeah.
And then I did another one with the same artist, John Steen, was You're Beautiful. Something I always say, like like more when I get up and I'm having a bad day, just how I kind of look in the mirror and just like psych myself up with like EDM music and then build myself up.
These guys got some crazy pre-show music. Love it.
Well, it helps me like
some good.
You do it too.
Good underground like Rufus the Soul music. It's good. I like it.
We'll put you on, dude.
I like it.
Put you on some good jams.
All right, I gotta go pee.
I don't check my tattoos out very often. I got this little line on my foot that I did. It doesn't motivate me to do much. I just wanted to know what it felt like.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I was like, man, I was probably 16.
You're a little crazy.
I'm a little bit crazy. I've been called worse.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, no, I did a small one, and I was like, well, I can't see that. I at least want to see it. So then I went over it a couple more times, and now it's just a millipede.
Interesting.
I always said maybe I'll get it covered over one day, but I've never had the need or
could have
the
done
want
on your
to.
face a little Marilyn Monroe and like.
I thought about it, and maybe I still will. Me and Jourdan were talking about face tattoos the other day, and he was like, "Never say never, dude. You might make it. You might get on.
Don't do it.
No,
nah, I don't. You know the face tattoo thing.
What if one of your boys came home with a face tattoo?
I would not be happy.
You would not be happy,
so
but you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. It'd be done, and you just have to embrace it.
Both my sons are 20 and 21. They both have tattoos. You know,
but they're smart enough not to go do face and.
Yeah, I mean, my oldest one's like he's got one like a sleeve here, and he wants to go all the way down. I'm like, dude, you cannot do that until you're at least like somewhat successful. Like,
no, I mean, you see a lot of people with are successful with tattoos.
I know, but it's still like you go to like corporate America and you go into like these meetings. I still feel like when you're like 20 something years old, I feel like when you're wearing a short sleeve polo shirt, you look more presentable without it.
Do you judge people based on the way they look whenever they come into a meeting with you?
I don't. I just think other people do.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, in my business, I do a lot of like M&A and in the insurance business, and my kids, I believe will probably start working for me. And you deal with a lot of like New Yorkers or bankers. And I think some of those guys do. They're more stuffy and wearing, you know, suits and stuff. We don't. In my business, pretty much wear like what I'm wearing now, jeans, shirt, and a blazer. But
longer the hair, the better.
Yes, but I think there's still people out there, especially in the banking industry, that kind of look at it like, oh, look at this guy. I mean, he's all tatted up, you know. And I got a bunch of them, so I mean, I'm not one to complain, but I don't want my kid just coming out of school being a full sleeve, and I want him to have something meaningful. Every one of my tattoos means something. Just to get a tattoo of something nothing to me is, I think, it's dumb.
Well, I was late 20s when I got my first tattoo. I lived with a tattoo artist for 8 years and still never got a tattoo.
Damn, I got a dumb tattoo, man.
But when he passed away, though, Jug, when he passed away, he was a tattoo artist.
Right.
When I lost him, instead of getting in memory of, I got his face.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was my first tattoo. Yeah. And then Jonathan that did my sleeve was my roommate with him, another one of his brothers, and he's in Jacksonville, Oregon. So Sweetwater Collective, talented artist, has his own tattoo shop over there.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
great. But that's a roommate that met, you know, we kind of bonded over this journey.
Yeah. I
have meaning.
I mean, listen, you put something on your body, I think it should definitely mean something. Do something like, oh yeah, this is a Chinese letter that means nothing.
Sharp
like, oh wow, that's a great tattoo.
I wanted to have his face so I could take him on every journey I'm going on.
I like it.
Just like he's riding with me.
That's meaningful. I like that. And you know, and that's kind of what I'm about. I mean, not that I think, you know, someone can't get one, but you see these people with tattoos that mean absolutely nothing. You know, so it goes from there.
That's kind of dope how you kind of started with like that right there. Was that your first one?
No, my first one, my boys on my ankle. It says Logan and Austin. And then I have this one. I have one on my neck with my whole entire.
Just go ahead and show everybody on the camera.
Yeah. Just take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Just take your shirt off, Ivan.
In another 2 months, I will. But right now, when I go get ready for Doug's show next.
Are you doing Doug's show?
Absolutely not.
Why don't you MC it?
Absolutely not. I would love to MC.
Hey, what up, Robert? Shout out to the other half of Juke Joint. Been on the show. Shout out, Robert. Trench.
Go watch that episode. That's a good one too.
Doug's going out here again. No, take your shirt off.
I can't do it. I'm not in good.
Ask anything.
I'm not in good shape.
Let that boy sleeve out if he wants. He says. Doug says.
Shit. My wife would let him. I'm not. I said he's got to wait. Wait till something really means something. Don't just do one right now to do it.
Yeah, wait for the Saints to win the Super Bowl or something.
I think it was a tough, you know, it was an emotional run doing a sleeve though when you had meaning behind it, especially when like watching Jonathan. Like,
oh yeah.
So that behind you, I don't know if I told you a story about this one, but this right here is done in internal ink, which is the same ink used on my sleeve. This is like a couple years ago for my birthday.
Right.
So I got a package in the mail, didn't know what it was. Opened that up and he did my face and my son on my, like he changed out Van Gogh to me and my son and did it with the tattoo ink as a birthday gift.
I was looking on the screen when it was on there a second ago. So no, it's great. It's super cool. And I love all those things with meanings.
I had no idea what it was. And it's like, dude, he goes, you have no idea. I used the rest of the ink that I tattooed you with on that.
That's neat. That's definitely but DeSantis, I see someone, I'm a huge DeSantis fan. Someone asked if like who's the best governor.
Okay.
I know a lot of people might get upset. I think DeSantis would be amazing as our president. So I'm big DeSantis 2024.
So 100% you support him as president.
100%. I will.
Have you ever met him?
No, I've never met him. I've listened to him and heard.
Do you back him? Have you been to any of his political dinners?
Have you donated any money?
I have not. I haven't donated. I haven't backed him. I just, I think he would be great. I think Trump, I'm a Republican, not to say a Republican or Democrat's bad. I believe Trump has just kind of outplayed himself and kind of, everyone's, not everybody is like overly, I don't even know if he can win.
I think my tough thing though, this is a tough thing for me is that age does become an issue.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Oh, you see it right now.
Yeah. Like if you're over, get to this age level.
If you're over 65, no one should be a president.
Because I mean, right now, the guy running the country. Now, I'm not going to name names or anything, but you can't tell me I'm not super smart, but I cannot even catch on to one of his sentences.
Yeah.
So, do you think that there's like no lesser evil? Like here we are, and no matter who's winning, there's always still going to be the end game, or
in what way?
World domination. Like it's already been decided, and these people are tricking everyone else.
You know what? I hate the whole, like, honestly, I believe like a popular vote is a much better than our whole electoral vote. I believe every vote should count.
How many votes do we get here, Matt? There's like 6 or something small.
I don't know. I mean,
3.
The 3?
I don't know.
It's something tiny.
I'm very unpolitical. I just like DeSantis. I think he would be amazing. I think he'd be a really good guy. He's smart, and he's really turned Florida around. I mean, Florida's become like could probably be the most powerful state, dominant state.
They got they got a whole army of alligators ready to eat somebody.
Alligators, they got huge snakes now, and they got.
I mean, do you live here full time, or do you live in Florida full time?
No, I live here full time. I mean, I might be in Florida maybe a month of the year.
But you have a home state. You have a home over there.
Yes, I have a home there. But this is my residency.
But you see what he does in the state, like you live there. I mean,
oh yeah, you can't even compare. I mean, just what he's done. He just, and also he doesn't take shit from anybody. Like he's kind of like Trump, but he's definitely so much more politically correct. He's just presidential. I think, and I think young guys, and I think people in term limits. I mean, I don't think we should have people in the House or the Senate for 30 years. It's absurd. Let them stay for 3 or 4 terms, and that's the most, absolutely most. And but I do believe like to age, once you're over 70 years old, I mean, you can't be. I'm already losing it at 50. I forget stuff. I mean, there's no way you're 70 years old and like
you don't look. Hey, you look like you're 21.
No, yeah, right.
Shout out.
I wish.
Hashtag Jourdan and Matthew.
Hey guys, everyone watching, real quick, you guys go give us a like.
So you're gonna try to
show them that.
Nope.
I want to show them this. Pick up some steam, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's some next level shit.
We got some heavy hitters on here.
Yeah.
How is it to follow up an Olympiad athlete?
I don't know. Definitely don't have a gold medal. That's for sure.
Oh.
I mean, she's.
I think you've been a big part though with the show, like coming out and talking about you going to jail and doing a lot of things, making mistakes. And there are people
that go to jail. I went to prison.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Prison. Okay.
Is jail
Damn.
Precursor for prison?
I don't know. I think jail's probably like a little more. I don't know.
So Ivan went to prison and
federal. It's kind of like a camp.
Federal prison.
Yeah.
And you talked about it on the show, and you got to admire a person like that.
Yeah. Listen,
so shout out to Ivan.
You can't hide from your past. I mean, you have issues. I mean, I personally don't think what I did was. I don't think it really adversely affected anyone. I didn't really think I did anything wrong. But hey, listen, I made a mistake, and obviously I said, hey, I did it, and whatever it was, and I paid my dues, and hopefully people forgive me. And if they don't, fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just life in general. I mean, not everyone that thinks they're perfect and stuff, and other people that think you can't say the word. We were talking earlier. Someone was upset that I said the word on the promo.
It's called fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's not a bad word.
To me, I think that word is like there's so many good meanings for fuck.
That's what I was saying. It's an adverb.
Good meanings, bad meanings, whatever it is. I mean, honestly, fuck is like my favorite word.
I'm with you.
I love it.
I'm with you.
I mean, like that's fucking good. That's some good ass fervor.
How the fuck you been?
Yeah, it's good. So I apologize if I'm offending anyone or if there's any kids that have never heard that word. I apologize, but
I hope we don't reach out to kids.
Yeah, we're 44 minutes into a late night adult podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really dark and
yeah.
I think you were you've been a blessing to our show. The same way we started the show, where it's kind of getting into our, the communication and conversation and hearing stories, fascinating stories that you've told us because you work here. But if you go back and watch the first story with Ivan, and you can see the change. When we first were a little more.
We've evolved so much.
I
mean, it's just absolutely unreal. We were at the original Marina Cantina downstairs.
But Ivan will, if you give Ivan a yellow book, it's a phone book, guys. This is way before contacts. He will call businesses and hustle.
Yeah, listen, if you don't, people that think that just like business is going to come to them, they're dreaming. I mean, you got to be like, you got to go and hustle in anything you do. Just like you guys are doing. I mean, you got to do it. And even in the podcast, you guys are hustling to get, gold medalists, Olympians on your show. You want to get the best people out there. I mean, I would tell you advice is you want people that, create kind of like controversy, because that's what kind of sells. People want to hear good things, bad things about people. They don't want to hear like, oh yeah, I'm the owner of a furniture store and we sell great stuff.
Dude, I have a mattress.
No, we want to be like,
fuck you.
No,
Ivan King farted on this mattress.
You know what I'm saying? They want to hear.
Roll the fucking clip.
They want to hear that shit. They want to hear like, hey, I did drugs and I fought it and won it and I came back and I'm like, a hero. Those the underdog stories and the comeback stories to me are the best. Like every movie, like I love an underdog or comeback story.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge like Rocky, or Rudy, any of those kind of things. Like I love the comeback and underdog story. I mean, that's kind of, I think, the best story out there.
I'll always go with how we started the show, and this is something I will re-say over and over again. When Matt reached out to me, he was with the B word insurance company, which you can look it up. Yeah. He's Ole Miss insurance guy. Left his job.
Yeah. Called
me, the first person he called, and was nervous, stressed. There's a lot of emotions going on, and it came down to, I called you first, and it made me feel good as a friend. And my question was like, what do you want to do? And it's like, let's podcast.
Let's pod about it.
Pod.
We've been talking about it for a while, and originally it was exactly what you just said. I've known so many people and I've just accumulated such a vast network over the years. And I was like, man, I got dirt on a lot of people.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
And I was like, man, like we could do a week. I was gonna like this story time with Matthew Brooks, and in my mind, I was like, I'm just gonna go tell stories about just random nights that I've got, and then I'm immediately like, well, shit, I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, hey. The funny thing is you have so much dirt on certain people, but you don't know if you can ever say it.
I won't say it.
But the thing is, the people that you have dirt on might want to talk about it. So
I'm a steel trap. So I don't want. They got dirt on me too. So no. Yeah. I've always been on the ground you walk on mentality.
Everyone's got dirt on everybody.
That's right.
And sometimes some of the dirt, like a big percentage of the dirt, is bullshit.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Even true. I mean, I hear stories.
Which is why we're here. We're supposed to be clearing up the air.
Does anybody have a really, like, let's go into, so we have a conversation. Does anybody have a serious question for Ivan? You can't really.
I got a riddle.
I think I might have stunned them all when I said,
Flipping Moses.
No stupid questions.
I mean, there's no such thing as stupid questions, only stupid people.
Yes.
I just don't think, because, I mean, you're actually a fucking genuine person.
I think so. I mean, I think I'm pretty much straightforward. I'm going to tell you, I think a lot of people are somewhat intimidated by me because I'll shoot your shit straight. Boothby will tell you, Doug will tell you, like if I think something, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to talk behind your back. I'm going to pretty much go forward and come at you.
So your money's made in healthcare.
Yeah. So, So I started off in the insurance business. I'm still in the insurance business. I've sold businesses, whatever it is, but I've never sold my agency. My big business now is my agency down in Florida. And I was a founder and starter of Healthcare Funding Partners, who we've become big more or less in the funding business. We do a lot of M&A. We build and buy companies and, roll them up and sell them. We advance and we buy their policies. We've actually just started hiring a few people on the coast here. We're building a little office. We were having problems in our areas that we're located, because we have an office in South Florida, California, and just different areas. And we're having problems hiring. So we started hiring some people down here. I think we have 3 employees down here right now. And we're going to try to grow it a little bit. Just people that we thought were like smart, young business professionals. So we have 3 really strong employees here that are working for our company in Florida. And we're going to try to grow that a little bit here and there.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you're not like a cartel or anything like that?
No, I listen.
Damn.
I'm a big. I'm a huge. I'm a huge Sopranos fan. So I'd be the first one to tell you I wish I was in the mob. So no, I'm not in the mob. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't ship stuffs in. But I mean, the rumors are funny though. I kind of enjoy them.
I mean, that's kind of you step into the coast.
Yeah.
And you have a lifestyle which is lavish, but in South Florida it's common.
Yeah, no, like here, they say you're a big fish in a little sea. In Florida, there's a million of me, and I'm like a tiny minnow. Florida is, it's everyone thinks like, oh yeah, you drive like some nice cars and stuff like that. But I was accustomed to that and kind of born that, in that way, not born because I didn't have money, but when I lived there before I moved here, I was already somewhat successful. So you already see those. I wasn't shocked seeing Bentleys or or Mercedes or driving around the streets. It was very, very common and normal. And you see that here now.
Stephen Brown wants to know if you got any new restaurants or bars in the future.
I don't, but I have no restaurant, no plans. Remember, I'm just the landlord. So a lot of people think like, hey, I'm, Ivan owns Marina Cantina or Eat, Drink, Love or any of that. I'm just the landlord. And I make my money on rent and kind of build out the products and build out the things and they grow from there. So I have some great tenants, big shout out to Eat, Drink, Love. I mean, Lauren Toronto's been,
for sure. She's got a show as well. You guys go check it out. She's been
amazing. Like if I can clone her, I would. And, but my main thing is I want to own the asset.
Do you think you can clone people?
Clone people? No, I don't. But I think Elon Musk could, because I think
he might be able to. He might be a clone.
I think Elon Musk. I think I saw something that he thinks that he could actually do it and do it successful.
All right, figured this out. Lipin Moses. I'm assuming that's how if I said it right. Okay, they got a riddle for us. Okay, so read this very carefully. There's a mind reader and the man that can see the future playing a game of chess. Who wins?
I would think the mind reader.
I would say the man.
I don't know. And a man, I would think a mind reader can always outplay.
Oh, and a man.
Read this very carefully. There's a mind reader and a man. A mind reader and a man. So two people.
And a man that can see the future. Playing a game of chess. So probably the man, because he sees the future. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Or was this an X-Men?
That's extremely.
All right,
man.
That's
it's man. It's man. It's man.
The man.
That's extreme. That's extremely too deep for me.
Oh, sorry.
I think someone else is giving you an answer that could be right.
Kiowa says man.
I don't know.
I don't either. All right, Lipid. We tried to play your game.
Kiowa, he's they're trying to get your hairstyle here.
Yeah, he only colors. He's a colorist.
He's a colorist.
The good thing is neither one of these. None of us. I mean, I have zero gray.
I got him in my beard.
I'm shocked. Like everyone.
Can we do white? Can we dye your hair white?
Everyone thinks I dye my hair. I swear on my kids, I've never.
Show everybody your hair.
Dude, my hair. It's like an afro. So like I don't have like great hair, but I definitely have no gray hair. Or I've had a couple, but just don't have it. And I should be fully gray. At the shit I've gone through, I should be gray.
And the fact that you even think about his color of his hair is weird.
Yeah, but my hair is black as you can get. It's crazy.
It's good hair though.
Not really. It's like a.
You should grow it out long, like you did when you were a kid.
I did in college.
Do it again.
But
grow it long for a cause. That's what I'm doing.
So have you ever had a butt cut, like a full butt cut?
A butt cut?
Yeah.
You mean like what? Like what's a butt cut?
It's like where there's a part in the middle and the slaps on the sides.
Nah, that was never like a big thing for me. I've like my hair's curly.
What were some of the styles that you went through? You remember growing up as a kid? Like,
so I had like a little afro when I was young, like most probably kids do. And then I kind of went short for a while, and then I went long. My hair's curly, so I'm gonna admit this, and I can't even believe I'm gonna admit this. But when I was older, and it's just really bad. When I was trying to grow my hair out, my hair was curly, so I couldn't do it. So me and my buddies would straighten each other's hair.
Oh, nice.
You go and you get that stuff from like Walgreens.
Jordan don't even get no ideas on that straightening.
We're doing a ponytail. We're doing a ponytail commercial after this.
It was really, really horrible. So I had little ponytails. I take my hair and put it in a ponytail and play tennis. It's kind of brutal.
So when y'all straightened each other's hair, was it kind of like a train?
Oh, dude,
where he was behind you?
No, it wasn't a train. It wasn't.
I love it.
But hey, listen, the smell of straightening your hair is horrendous.
Ugh.
It smells
Yeah, it's
brutal.
like just burnt.
Yeah, it's burnt. It's definitely
It's a real friend though.
Yeah.
Who's this friend?
I actually had a couple of them. One was Pete, and Justin all did it in college.
Y'all had to do the train.
Dude.
Pete, Justin.
Yes.
I fucking love you. Thank you for supporting your boy.
I was always
Shout out.
I was always the one in the back because I didn't want the guys in front of me. So the train. You always want to be in the back of a train. You don't
guys, can y'all share this podcast right now? We're going to keep going further in. But could you share this podcast? We're going to do a limited run Crawford Beer Ivan Spinner hat. He won't even see it yet, but it's going to happen.
Oh, great.
Yeah, well, hey, and you'll get one free. Share this.
Shit.
We're giving one limited edition Ivan Spinner Crawford Beer hat.
Yeah, and then we got an answer from Lip and Moses here, the mind reader, because he knows the future just as well as the man, because he can read his mind as well.
Wow.
All right, I don't know.
That's deep.
Is that a
deep.
parable?
I don't know.
I am literally about to.
Very, very deep.
All right. Anything new going on over here in Gulfport?
In Gulfport, we're about, I don't know if people have seen, but like where all those buildings are, we're about to put the roof on. That's 26,000 square feet building, which is going to be Carter Real Estate. We got Carter Real Estate.
Did you just drop that right there?
Drop what?
What's about to go in?
Oh, yeah. Carter Real Estate, Sports Organ and Jordan, Gulf Coast Exotic Auto.
What are you going to do with the
Chris
old building?
Ladner.
What are you doing with the old building?
What old building?
The
Carter Real Estate?
No, the Gulf Coast.
I know we're keeping it. We're gonna start doing just like kind of like fixing up like Jeeps and trucks and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna keep it and just that will just be like a really nice showroom, kind of just for the place.
So the Carters are moving in. Century 21 is going to move in.
It's gonna be like one big shop for real estate. So you got literally a one-stop shop for real estate. So it's gonna be a cool building. When it's done, it's gonna be really sweet. I think when people are gonna be like, wow. Hey, Randy, I see you're posting. I saw that little property you got on Pass Road.
So you know Randy.
Yeah, I saw that property. I think he's the listing agent on Pass Road. Right.
He's actually a neighbor across the way.
Do we need to make the deal go down right now?
Yeah, it's making it. Yeah.
Dude, it's better be very, very cheap.
Randy, what kind of deals are working?
547-99999.
It's
4 nines.
It's a knockdown. We could either bulldoze it or we can do some stuff.
So he was gonna so Garrett was sick and I called Randy, which I've been knowing Randy since I was 14. He was gonna come tonight and run the cameras.
Oh, wow.
That he's across the way, my neighbor, been on the show, check him out too. That's a good deal. Like, let's make the deal happen right now. Yeah. Randy, what do we got?
Randy, I'll give you 30 grand.
30 grand, Randy.
We're gonna
2.6 acres.
It's got to be more than that. We're gonna have to have some juice for making
Is it really 2.6 acres? It doesn't look like 2.6 acres.
2.6 acres. What do you want?
Shocked.
Put your offer in on right now, Ivan, on the show.
I'd have to see it if it was 2.6. Doesn't seem like even close to that.
Okay. Well, we can maybe do lunch later.
No, let's do it now.
Yeah, we'll set it up. All
right. So, what's the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched that wasn't like on like
this movie. Period. I don't know.
Movie
the last hour and a half you invested into.
I don't know. My wife's more into shows now.
But what is Ivan into?
I don't know. What was my last movie I watched? I'm really bad at remembering. I'm telling you, once I turn 43, I forget what I did yesterday.
You need the St. John's Award.
Think the movie I forgot. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you've been on the new
Blame Man.
I don't know what I must be. I was in Oxford, so maybe I think that I lost some brain cells over this past weekend.
Do you guys get a tent and set it all up for the Grove?
So we have like the coast tent. So that coast tent, is kind of like, everyone pays.
When you say we all,
whole coast. So like,
because it's not the whole coast.
Well, whatever. So the coast, there's 2 coast tents. Yeah. And then if you join, you pay X amount of money to be whatever it is.
What's the ticket on that these days?
I think it's like $1,000 a year or whatever it is. The worst part is not even the price, but then they make you like, your wife, if you got a 12 o'clock game that, whoever's got to be there is going to be like 7 o'clock in the morning decorating and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
they don't decorate for you guys?
No, it's brutal.
They used to decorate.
I know they should be doing it also, but now I guess the people that taken over don't decorate.
Whenever I was a kid, we used to have to go out there and set up, like they would blow a whistle and we would go out there and set up tents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing, that it is super impressive, the Grove, though. I mean, how they do that and do it so quickly. I don't know when do they start setting up, a day before, 2 days
The
before?
day before. Actually, more is probably.
Do you
Thursday or
like Penn
Friday.
State or Ole Miss?
Well, obviously I'm a diehard Penn State fan, but I'm not a massive Ole Miss fan, but I'm a huge Oxford fan. I think Oxford as a town is really hard to beat. And I have 2 boys there, and it's just a great, especially if you're a boy, it's a great place
No
to be.
doubt.
I
No
mean,
doubt.
first of all, I think the ratio of boys to girls is probably really in favor of the boys. And it's a great town. It really is. It's an amazing town, and people from all over the country. It's really great.
It's fucking
Hotty toddy.
Yeah, hotty toddy, baby.
You're just gonna
Listen,
We got Lane Kiffin.
I love Lane. I think he's great.
He's bringing good vibes.
The Lane train, I think, is really listen, I love that. I hate Penn State's coach, Franklin. I think sucks.
Are you gonna try to lure Lane Kiffin?
I would
to
love
Penn State?
when you played college tennis though, like
Yeah.
what it feel like to play college tennis though? That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what drives me in my professional life. You're all by yourself, you're playing by yourself, so all the pressure. And it's, if anyone that plays any D1 or any sport or any college, I mean, playing a college sport and going through college is tough. So you got to be disciplined. So like I told you before, I'd rather hire a college athlete than a person that graduated in Ivy League. I think college athletes, if you can go through college and be successful in the sport you play and the school, you're much more polished than probably any other person in school. That's how I look at it. Just being studious and smart, I'd much rather have a college athlete.
Holy shit. That's some fucking dope. That is.
Yeah, no, I think it's tough. It's tough doing, those kind of things.
Because I was
especially
curious.
being young, 18,
Well,
19 years old, girls,
Yeah.
school.
But you're
sports.
going as like you are there to do a sport and it's on your back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And and I played number 1 my sophomore through senior year.
What does that even mean?
So like, they have 6 singles and 3 doubles. And I played number 1 singles, like, first position singles.
Oh,
My
like
sophomore.
first chair of the band.
Yeah. First year of the band. I was like the tuba. So
Okay.
like, so
You look like a tuba
yeah,
guy.
I did. So no, but I mean, very competitive, and but it was a great experience. Like I couldn't.
All right, we got a legit
That's
question here. How much do you think cell phones and social media have changed our way of living, positively or negatively?
Well, for business, definitely positively. I mean, just think about it. I mean, when I first graduated college, we didn't even have cell phones, so we'd have beepers. Well, we only like really rich people had cell phones, but we had beepers. I'd run. I was in the insurance business. I'd be in Miami, going like business to business, and you don't have cell phones. So I got it beeped, and then I go to a payphone, make a call. I mean, it's so not. Your time was brutal with not having a cell phone, and now everything with social media, you can network, you can market, you can do everything, and you can do it for free. I mean, literally, you can. You promoting on Facebook doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Me putting an ad, like I share all pretty much my tenants stuff, like me sharing something for Marina Cantina or for Eat Drink Love or for, Corked Out Liquor Store, whatever it is, doesn't cost anything. And if one person goes, it's free advertising.
That's right.
Now on the social aspect of it, I think it's just different. I think for these kids, it's tough. I mean, I know like me and my friends, we bully each other, joking around in a funny manner. But I think, it's tough on some of these kids. I have older boys. So for me, it's been like, it was never really rough. But now with a girl, some of these girls, I mean, I hear stories. I mean, it's brutal. Social media. I mean, how many crazy things did we do when we were kids?
So many crazy.
And like
things.
nowadays, everything is being videoed.
Oh,
No
yeah.
matter where you are, you could be anywhere you are. Someone's taking that video, doing a TikTok, a Snapchat, Instagram. And so, it's just, I think it's just a different world. I would hate to live in this generation, to be honest with you. I mean, this is a total different, and these kids, like they come to my house and they just Snapchat, like they could be boyfriend and girlfriend and they'll Snapchat each other like best friends. And then we see each other, they're like scared.
They won't even
It's
talk.
just, it's so different. Like we had like, hey mom, I need to use a phone, and grab the phone and bring it to your room or hide and be like, all right, then my sisters would be yelling, hey, it's our turn on the phone or whatever it is. It's just different. We went to like movies with girls. Now they just Snapchat. It's just a different world.
crazy.
Totally different world for me.
The phone was really tough for me and Matt. We're 35.
Yeah.
36. But went the same way where we didn't have cell phones until later.
Yeah.
When you're younger, like it was like AIM, 56K modem, chat room,
beepers,
143,
bag phones,
boobs. We were doing boobs in a cat, like doing boobs.
So I mean, you guys were. So I
still do boobs, bro.
I still do boobs.
I didn't.
If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
So I don't think I had a phone. I graduated college in 95. So like I didn't get a phone until like 97. So I mean, you know,
shit, dude. I didn't get a phone until like 2004.
It's like a drive, I think.
Business. Yeah, I was business in 97. So, you know, I remember my first phone was a Blaupunkt. It was this like phone like this, and it had an antenna that was like this.
Can you try to find that? Because you're trying to do search.
It was called a Blaupunkt.
No.
It's too much. It's too much.
Tell me about, what do you think about these people who are now mining data and have the ability to pick people's next move and target advertise to them and as a business?
I think they've been doing that forever. I mean, that's been going on for a long time. I mean, but it's funny, like we'll have a conversation and then all of a sudden we'll be like, hey, talking about something. And all of a sudden I'll get that same ad on my phone. People are listening. There's no doubt in my mind. I know Cody's asking about aliens, but I know there's no doubt in my mind we are being listened to in everything we say. So good, bad, and different. Because I mean, I talk all the time, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, yeah, I'm talking about Orlando, and then all of a sudden on my phone I get popped up some vacation rental in Orlando.
Yeah, SeaWorld.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What does Cody want to know? He says, Ivan, do you believe in aliens? If so, do you think we will make contact in our lifetime? Hard question. Needs to be asked.
Well, there's definitely aliens.
Okay.
There's 100%.
Is Cody an alien?
Yes. Cody, he looks like one. He looks like one.
Cody has to be an alien.
The only thing with Cody, he's definitely the only thing you can't mess him too, because he'll whoop my ass.
Yeah. So sick.
I gotta be somewhat.
He was pointing out the gray hairs in his beard.
I gotta be gentle with. No, but 100% there's aliens. There's definitely other living creatures. I think so.
Do you know anything about these said aliens that you could enlighten us about?
Probably that one looks like one right there, and that looks like an alien.
Yeah.
But no, do I think we'll probably meet him? I don't. Someone will.
Someone will.
I mean,
I've seen Interstellar.
I mean, yeah. I mean, someone. You get fucked up enough, you probably see one. But I mean, you're definitely.
Calvin Parker did see an alien. You guys can check that episode out. It's out there on our
They're
show.
real. Guys, come on. They're fucking real.
I know that I saw the episode, the picture that they just released of the telescope. And it's got like, oh my God, like 100 galaxies in it, I think. Like maybe more than that. And you can see the roundedness and tell which ones are galaxies. And they say the spiky ones are stars. And then once you look at that, you're just like, man,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'll ask you a question. My daughter asked me all the time. She's like, Dad, what do you think happens when you die? Do you believe in reincarnation?
No.
Ooh.
So you don't?
I don't think, no.
I do.
So I do. Like and she gets so mad at me when I say this. She thinks I'm the worst. But I'm like, I feel like I had to be something before.
Like a staple.
Yeah. So I like always joke. I kind of joke around it. She's like, I'm like, I was a butterfly, or like, you know, and I start doing some stupid stuff. But I do believe like you have to. I just can't imagine
your energy goes somewhere.
I feel like I'm coming back as a wolf. In my next life, I'm a wolf.
You think you get to pick?
I'm hoping.
You did.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I have my beliefs. I want to be a wolf. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that you could be reincarnated as?
Like an ant.
Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. You get fucking stomped on. Like the other day we did the Brittany Reese thing, and you were like,
"Oh man, I got ate up."
You killed about 10 of them.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe more.
I mean, you know, I think that'd probably be the worst thing, being an ant.
I want to be a wolf.
A wolf wouldn't be. I wouldn't mind being a bird. Kind of chill.
Peacock, Captain.
What kind of bird do you want to be?
Oh, Cody's got to go on an oyster. That's a shitty ass thing to be. Also, that would suck.
Guys, I know you're watching this right now. Ivan Spinner's here. I know you have deep down questions to ask. Here's your chance.
All right, let's see. Lipid says, if the 10-year-old you were standing in front of you right now, what would one thing you would ask him?
Shit. 10-year-old.
10-year-old Ivan Spinner.
A 10-year-old boy or girl?
A 10-year-old Ivan.
It's a big difference.
No, you're talking to yourself at 10 years old right now. I think that's how the question says. If the 10-year-old you were standing in front of you, the 10-year-old you. So I
would say figure out what you want, what you love, what your passion is, and what you really want to do, and just go for it. Like, listen, I didn't think, oh my God, I'm going to be an angel, but I knew I wanted to do business. Like I knew I wanted to be successful and I wanted to be in the business world. I mean, I 100% knew that. And then you just got to go for it. You don't let, people are going to tell you this, that, whatever it is. I'll never forget when I got in the insurance business, I started doing online insurance. And my dad was the one who's like, dude, you're crazy. Why are you going to do this? And I went that way because I just believed it. I thought that was the future. And it was before. And you just got to believe it. You believe in yourself and you go for it. And always bet on yourself. And there, people ask me all the time, like, hey, I got $5,000 or 10 grand. What should I invest in? Should I invest in Bitcoin, a mutual fund? I said, man, invest in yourself. If you believe like you have a business and you want to grow your business, you're going to be more successful in betting on yourself than anybody else. I believe. When you were working for someone, if once you work for yourself, it's totally different.
Oh, big time. Go your hair out.
Well, yeah, no, but it's just different. Like when we sold some companies, and all of a sudden you have public money and it's not your money.
Right.
You treat it it's horrible to say, but you treat it differently. When it's your money and it's your drive and everything, you're going to work that much harder. That's why when I do deals with people, I always want some skin in the game, their cash and their money and their thing. So they don't have all the risk. So people ask me all the time, hey, I want to do a deal. Will you invest in this? And I'm like, what are you putting in?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, we're going to work it and we're going to get sweat equity. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's great, but you got to have some risk also. You can't just, expect, oh yeah, Ivan's going to lose 200 grand. Oh yeah, I worked hard doing it. You want everyone to have skin in the game because it's good for everybody.
Oh, for sure.
And it makes you work harder. So that's what I'd say. I'd say go for it and go for on that end of it.
Do you think that you've wasted a lot of time doing anything that you could cut out? I guess as far as success goes.
I'm pretty good like with my time management. I'm pretty good. Like if I know something's weak, I pretty much just walk away from it. So if I know a deal's pretty bad, I try to get out of it pretty quick. So no, I don't think there's really anything I've done that I've wasted a tremendous amount of time. But I know a lot of people that have.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've done businesses that haven't done extremely well that I've probably held on a year or two, probably too long. But you live and learn. Now I feel like I'm in a position that I wouldn't do that.
No.
I would really cut bait, quit.
You earned that though.
Yeah.
Live and learn. All right. Top 3 athletes of all time, all sports, any sport, go.
I think Michael Jordan, obviously. A lot of people are going to hate me. I think LeBron James is a complete freak.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he could have played
hockey.
Yeah, I think he could have played hockey. He could have been probably the best tight end in football. I mean, so I know people with that. I think basketball are the greatest, my opinion, I think are the greatest pure athletes. And honestly, I think Tom Brady. I mean, just what he's done. I mean, you really
look at Tampa, dude.
So Jordan, LeBron, and Brady. That's a pretty solid. I think
those are probably, to me, if I had to pick like the 3 ultimate athletes in my generation. So I didn't grow up, back in the 50s, 60s.
No, clearly those guys could kick the shit out of anybody who was back then. Right?
But I mean, everyone's different. They're all bigger and stronger.
Well, what do you think about Tom Brady right now, though? Like going to Tampa, and I dated a girl, an Asian girl. Shout out, you know who you are.
Yeah.
But he brought Tampa back to life. I mean, he's how old is he now? Like 45, 46?
Me and Kelly saw him at the airport and they talk about, the guy's a stud.
Yeah.
I mean, tall.
He just got Botox on his face.
Stud, good looking, he's a stud. And not only that, but his wife makes more than him.
Yeah.
I mean, how crazy
That's pretty
is that?
smart,
So
pretty wise of him.
You got to be like, hey. And people hate on him and LeBron more than probably anybody you can meet. Those guys are all great, but I've never been a huge hockey guy, so I don't really know much about like, hey, he's the great. Yeah, he's probably one of the best also. But I think basketball. I mean, if anyone's ever been to a basketball game and watched those guys by the court, those guys are huge. They get killed.
Yeah, I don't want to be part of that.
They get absolutely destroyed.
I think the hockey thing for us is growing up in our generation is Mighty Ducks. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Emilio Estevez. Yeah. Emilio.
Is it Emilio? Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Mighty Ducks brought hockey to a level.
Yeah.
And
it was the Seawolves for me. No, I'm just kidding. It was the Mighty Ducks.
It was Mighty Ducks. See, I'm saying
they're back.
One movie just changed everybody's look at hockey.
Yeah.
Like there's these movies. Little Giants is another example of football.
Justin Barr, Maria's husband, he kind of was one of the big guys that brought it back, which is
influential in it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I'm excited for it.
They're asking about Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic.
Yeah.
I'm a big Federer. I think Federer is like insane.
The best.
I think Federer. I mean, I would probably pick. It's hard that they're all insane, but I'd probably pick Federer.
Do you think Federer could beat the Serena and Venus at the same time?
Yes.
Singles playing doubles.
Yes.
He's that good.
Well, men are just.
We should make that happen.
Listen,
death match.
Yeah, I mean, listen. It's just there's so much. Though, first of all, Serena and Venus are like incredible. I mean, probably the best ever as women, but it's just different. It's like
could Ivan kick their ass?
No, Ivan could not kick their ass. I wish I could, but I couldn't. They're bigger. They're bigger and stronger.
When's the last time you won a tennis match, Arwen?
I think last week or 2 weeks ago when I played.
It's been that long, huh?
I played a couple guys at Bayou Bluff, which is fun. So I took off like 20 years. Now I'm just starting to play a little bit more with younger kids.
That's going to be my excuse when I get older too. Like, I just took off. I'm just now getting back into it.
I'm rusty.
How's your ankles feel though?
My ankles feel good.
Who's the one guy we went to school at St. Martin with? Michael Johnson.
We went to school with a lot of people.
Was he an Olympian? The Michael Johnson?
No. His name was Michael. I think it was Michael Johnson. He was his parents put him through tennis lessons. They checked him out of school on the fourth quarter, fourth period, square.
Fourth quarter. Football.
Yeah, well, they checked him out though, and he practiced. I remember going to his birthday parties as a kid, and he just dominated. They had a whole course. He lived in Guff Hills. You remember him? Shaved head.
Mm-mm.
He was a popular tennis player.
No, but I mean, I wonder where he's at.
Guy got concussions and shit, man.
But I'll tell you right now, they like pushed him. Shout out to St. Martin people that are watching this. They know who I'm talking about. Like Michael, they find that dude, but his parents had him on a whole regimen.
He was going to be a pro one day.
Yeah, they're training for a pro.
That's pretty much most parents.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned in life the hard way?
Oh, I mean, definitely probably in the last few years when I had my issue, going to the courthouse and thinking what we're doing, bidding here and there and doing it, and then catching up. And then, going through a couple of years of hell, kind of figuring out what was going to happen.
Well, when you were doing like the bid stuff, what was that? Like, what is that?
It's kind of a joke. I mean, I don't even know if I should be talking about it. It'd be like a bunch of us going to the courthouse.
Okay.
Right. And this, I mean, just facts so people know. I don't even think I've ever discussed this, but it's like we'd all go to the courthouse and it would be like, hey, the bid starts at $20,000 or whatever it was, and say the house was worth 30 grand, and it'd be three of us and say, hey, who wants it? Me, whatever it is. And instead of us bidding each other out, you'd be like, hey, I'll pay you $200. I'll pay you $200 and it's yours. And then, and that's kind of really what happened. And it's been going on for 100 years here. I came
$200 is all that it costs.
So it could be 200, it could be 500, it could be 1,000, whatever it is. I mean, it was never significant money. I mean, my restitution was $17,000, and over years and years, but
$17,000.
Yeah. But so what was crazy about it, what the crazy thing about it is like when I went there, the first time I was like trying to bid and everyone's like, dude, what are you doing? You can't bid. This
you gotta play by our rules.
This is not how it works.
You gotta play by our rules,
But I mean, everyone knew it. I mean, listen, even the attorneys that were reading it were like, "Hey, who's getting this one?" It was kind of like,
who is Dr. Claw?
Dr. Claw?
Yeah.
So Preston says it happens all the time. It's total BS. I used to be an expediter.
Yeah.
I
mean, it was
my bidding really comes into storage wars.
Yeah.
Yep. The guy that does that.
But listen, it happens at everything. Even like I go to car auctions, like the same shit. You have guys that are doing fake bids, like a shiller, whatever they call a shiller. Is that shit? Whatever it is.
Do any of them ever get hung on it and they can't afford? What happens? No. What happens if you make a bid that you can't afford to pay out on? Do they publicly embarrass you?
I think it happened. We were actually at Bear Jackson a few years ago, and it happened on a big price, and the guy like ran out. But yeah, it can happen. I mean, listen, they do it all the time. But all these guys in these car auctions, I'm sure they're like, hey, yeah, I don't know, but I from what I've heard, I mean, it just anytime there's an opportunity to bid and there's friends, there's always going to be collusion. So now I don't even go, and if I do go, I put my headphones on, like don't even look at me. And I'm just bidding.
Why was so much of an attack though? Like you had this newspaper guys. There was newspapers back in the day.
Yeah. I think they it's kind of weird. Like I was like wasn't even the biggest one, not even close, but I think I was the only one that kind of had like some people knew me, so they kind of wanted to just like, hey, who's the and they kind of attacked me and my wife, and then my wife was at hearing and so took a picture, and it was just a rough situation, but I'll tell you one thing, it humbled me. It made me, and it also, what the best part about it was, I wrote down every single person. So if it was one of you guys, I know who you are. Every single person, like I read.
He's fucking coming, dog. He's fucking coming.
I don't. I might be old, I don't forget. But I read like all the comments. I wrote down people's names. Anyone that talks shit and act like, oh yeah, we're the most innocent, blah, 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 whatever. So just people that I knew talked about me, and now that I feel like I've come back and I've proven myself like, hey, this is not how I made my money, because it's kind of a joke. Now I kind of look at them and they'll like say something. I'll be like, please, like, and I'm not the person that's going to be like, hey, we're friends again. I'm just like, please, I got enough. I don't need that. Fake people to me are just brutal.
So guys, understand that he's in the insurance business and people make mistakes. We didn't get any serious things. Like, come on, like, he's not in the cartel. I mean, it could be. Ask a question. Are you running cocaine? Are you running cocaine on a plane?
But I did hear that is completely false. I mean, listen, the stories are great. I hear stories about it.
Yeah, your shit's been washing up on the beach for the past.
But the shit on the beach, it's crazy. We had a friend of ours that found a brick. I sent it to you like a week ago on the boat. Like, what do you do all of a sudden? You're on a boat, right? And a kilo of cocaine comes up to your boat. Like, do you like call the Coast Guard right away? You take a bunch of pictures with it. What do you do? I mean, do you do a test taste, see if it's real or what it is?
I think you probably have to.
I mean, it's like what but it's crazy. We've had like a bunch of them just happen recently.
There's several out there.
They're trying to find you.
Yeah, they're trying to find me. I think the trademark is a different name. I think it was like XXX, something like that. I am like mine's got like a big S, like a spinner symbol. If y'all find the spinner symbol, return it to me, please.
$10,000 a pop.
Yeah, $10,000 a pop. How much? We were talking the other day. Like, I don't even know what is a kilo worth.
I have no clue.
Remember we were talking about.
Just pull that up right now.
Like, I don't want to get flagged.
Flag the show. Flag the show. Search it right now because it's true. Like we were in a conversation about like how much everything cost. Hell, I don't know.
And then we Googled it. It said it was only worth like 20 or 30 grand. I thought it was worth like hundreds of thousands.
You've already Googled it. Why am I?
Yeah, no, it's worth like 20 or 30. I Googled it when we talked. But
20 or 30.
Yeah, which is like crazy. I thought it'd be.
It's only a car.
But I guess when you cut it up a lot, when once it gets down
on the beach though, it was hitting like that was way more than a fucking kilo.
Oh yeah.
It was like brick. I mean, it was like they were dropping pallets.
Yeah, I'm sure like the guy's like, hey, we found 3, but meanwhile they got 7 in their bottom of the live well.
There's a lot of people that turned it in, got Good Samaritan, got a $500 reward.
Is that true?
There's
really?
one. Yeah, no, I'm just guessing.
No. Oh, yeah.
And then there's one guy that told nobody.
And you tried to sell it with Jeff.
No, but there's one guy that said nothing.
Oh, there's definitely a guy that said nothing.
And he owns a monkey somewhere.
Yeah. Cody definitely found a bunch.
Cody said it was him. Look, he said,
Cody said, hey, but no, I mean, I don't know if I guess if I was on there, I'd be scared and I would call the Coast Guard just because you never know if it's tracked or whatever, or all of a sudden you get the Colombian mobs track it and come and kill you and your family.
Or it's fentanyl and you kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's true.
And I like how you went back to like being tracked on certain different levels, like so locally, like with government police and for the cartel. Like, I mean, they both will track that shit. They'll probably drop it out. I'm like, who's fucking.
Oh yeah, they'll catch.
I've seen Ozarks.
Yeah, it's
not good. It's not good.
I don't know how they're even still living. Like, of all the stuff they got, I mean, come on,
It's Hollywood.
At least cut your fingers off or something. I mean,
somebody needs to live.
The guy Bateman is like still.
What did you see? Ivan Spinner.
Dweebish.
Ivan Spinner is what? You're 31 now.
Fuck, 50. I'm gonna be 50.
Have you ever had to cut someone's finger off for not?
Yeah, have
not-
you
I
ever
would
send-
like to.
Have you ever had to send Big Debo Guido down to collect?
I do
on
know
him?
a ton of Italians in Florida and New York. So if there's an issue, I could probably make a few phone calls.
Okay.
I don't think cut people's fingers off anymore. I don't know if that
No,
works.
horse heads in the bed.
Horse heads in the bed. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
No, but I mean, everyone at my age is a huge Sopranos fan. So I just don't know if that stuff even happens in this day and age. I'm sure now it's with all like gang members.
What if you
Yeah.
tell people that you make money through insurance?
Yeah, they all think it's crazy. But you know what it is? If people from here went to other areas, see what shocks me about here is how people make money here. Like I have a lot of good friends here make money in the weird, to me, is the weirdest businesses. Like, you know, like my buddy Ken, I mean, is in the, you know, junk business. Like I never thought people could make money in the junk business. And, you know,
Cooks.
Stephen Warren, Stephen Warren makes money in the asphalt business.
Yeah.
Like you don't think of that. Where I'm from, everyone in South Florida, most people are in the financial business, you know, hedge funds, stock, you know, financial planners, that kind of stuff. And that's where they make money. I was one of the few that were in the insurance business, but most of my friends in real estate development, realtors, you know, a lot of financial planning, a lot of hedge funds, that kind of stuff.
Brandon Davis wants a sponsorship for the upcoming fight. You got
All
him.
right, I got you now. Now
Brandon.
you got to hit me up.
Brandon.
I agreed on
What's going
air.
on right
I
here?
agreed on air,
We
so
got
I
it.
will give
We
it
got
to
it.
you.
October
Locked
15th.
in.
October 15th.
Tell me what you need. I'll have where are you fighting at?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Oh, geez. I was gonna say if you were local, I could do like the Bella. Yeah,
Just put it on
Let's
his
do
ass.
Vegas. I mean, where people are going to stay
Go
when they
ahead.
come here from Vegas.
the Bella Biloxi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he fighting in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never met him, but I was actually at the office and we were watching, and he was fighting and won that fight,
Heck yeah.
and they were all flipping out.
he's a
And
dog,
pushing
dude.
He's
his-
one of the.
Yeah.
We do Thanksgiving together. Emily, Leah, the family.
That was a badass fight.
But you and Brandon would get along great because he is a fucking good heart. He has a good heart.
Boom. We just made it happen.
Yeah.
Making things happen on Kathy and Susan.
Yeah, listen,
Ivan, you will see his heart.
I'm
Like
a
it's
man.
a big
I'm a
heart.
man of my word. I said I'd sponsor you, so hit me up.
Right on. Well, look, we've been in it an hour and 26
And
minutes.
nobody
Anybody else got any more
Yeah,
questions
they're so dangerous.
for
Questions?
Mr. Ivan Spin Dog Millionaire?
Yeah.
Anybody any questions?
No. All right. All right. We're gonna stick
I
on
was
for a
going to
few more
sponsor
minutes.
Brandon, so guess what? Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what?
Gotcha.
Share screen. Pull up Brandon Davis before we end this and show his fucking show him, and then that's what you get out of the show.
Brandon, hit me up tomorrow.
Hmm.
They'll give you my contact.
Dude, he's the fucking I tell him as a father, I look up to him the way he is with his kids.
Yeah.
Decker, Rain, Olivia, like the way he is as a father. Like we get to do he's from North Mississippi
Wow.
or almost the ATL area, but we spent holidays together in Weird Neptune Line 5. That's how we became friends. I've actually met his wife with Emily because we shared food. We shared food on the table with her. Leah didn't have no food. This one time, had no food, and we shared it all.
I don't see any pictures of him. Sorry, Brandon. We don't have
You don't-
pictures of you, bro.
Just
Hey.
share screen. Just hit share screen.
Hey, Wayne Gretzky and Tiger. I mean, Tiger's a great athlete, but I don't want to piss anyone off, but the best athletes in the world, I can't consider a golfer. Or, it's just hard to do. Even tennis players, I think, are great also, but to be a golfer, to be better than Jordan or sorry, Cody, Jordan or LeBron, or I don't know, I just can't put him in the same category. But he's a
that's how.
golfer.
That's Brandon right there.
yeah,
Cody, Wayne Gretzky 98. Besides that, I forgot.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, 98.
He's got a daughter. She
Don't know her
does
daughter.
hockey too. All right.
Ivan, keep being a good dude, brother. The coast is lucky to have you. Spinner family.
thank you, brother.
Shout out to Direct Auto taking over the whole entire coast.
Pretty much is.
And Direct Auto is
Probably the-
Michael West is on a different level.
Yeah. If he had like a true franchise, can you imagine what that
Fucking
place would
dude,
do?
Michael West would take
Shit.
everybody over.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you had an Escalade? You'd be in trouble. 0% financing shit, you'd be done.
Game over.
Yeah, he
Kills the game, dude.
he knows-
He's great.
Yeah, he's a sharp kid.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes,
And we
I
love you.
agree.
Yeah,
I
we're
agree,
gonna-
Cody. Time
we're
for Pornhub, buddy.
Yeah.
Porno.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
We'll see you guys
Later,
next
boys.
week. Another dope show.
See you. Peace.
I don't know how to do this. We need
So in broadcast in the red. In broadcast in the red. Top right corner.